Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Okay, a little bit of fun after some really heavy readings there today. Just know that it's all going to be okay. Even that one about the Thwaites Doomsday Glacier, it is very much part of the process of shift in energy, shift in spirituality, shift in community, and coming together in unity around the world. Okay, so finally, I'm getting on to the reading about Miller and Xi Jinping, a past life. First of all, got to just point out that yeah, I'd say the Chinese know a heck of a lot about Miller, about who he is, what influence he's having with the current regime, his background. They would know pretty much what colour underwear he puts on every morning, and what sort of toothpick he uses. But I just want to have a look. Now, I said yesterday or the other day, I went, oh, Miller, Heinrich Himmler in a past life. And then one of my lovely viewers said, no, in the past you've said that he was Goebbels. So, yeah, very much so. Because what I did the other day, I couldn't remember who I said he was. He was in this 1930s, 1940s regime. And I, off the cuff, without even thinking about it, I Googled those because I couldn't remember who I said and who I'd picked up in the past. I Googled those that were, in the inner circle, and for some reason I latched onto Himmler. So I'm going to have a look. So, because I do wonder whether Xi Jinping might have been the other one. Yes, I got for a long time in the past, long time, that Josef Goebbels, Miller in a past life was Joseph Goebbels, the Chancellor of Germany under a certain mustachioed man. So, who was Goebbels? He was the mustachioed man closest and most devoted follower, known for his skills in public speaking, which is quite surprising because Miller's not known for public speaking, but he will do it on occasion. Extremely anti-Semitic, and advocated for progressively harsher discrimination, including the extermination of the Jewish people and other groups. So he was very much about the advocate for the what happened during the concentration camps, extermination camps, the Holocaust, etc. The other fella, Heinrich Himmler, was head of the SS, and he was and the Gestapo, and he was the one that pretty much came up with the idea of the death camps and the extermination, etc. So I'm going to have a look. I've got, so those are the ones that so I'm going to say yes, Goebbels, Miller, Goebbels, absolutely. And I do apologize that I misspoke the other day. I'm not going to ask about Xi Jinping then. Okay, yes, I am. Okay, they're telling me to. I'm going to grab the yes/no cards. Let's work through the process of a past life. Was Xi Jinping, is this past life that Xi Jinping acknowledged he recognized Miller from, was it during World War II, the lead up to World War II, during World War II? Was Xi Jinping a player in this lead up to World War II? Is that when they knew each other? Yes. So I'm getting a yes and then a blank and then another yes. So, okay, and yes. I mean, believe it or not, there are no cards in the deck because the no, I've got no on the bottom there, but yes, blank, yes. Okay, so yes, I'm going to say yes. It was during something to do with the 1930s, 1940s, the lead up to World War II. Now, I know these are nefarious people that I'm reading on, unpleasant characters, but I always use the Lightseers Tarot when I'm doing a past life reading. So, let's have a look. What I do is I put out 6 cards, and I could see, what did I see there? The Lover's card. That one popped out at me. There was some sort of relationship there. Okay, so let's have a look. Show me. What can we find out? 5 of Cups. What can we find out? Who was Xi Jinping during this time that he knew Joseph Goebbels? Tell me about Xi Jinping and his role during this time that he knew Joseph Goebbels. So we've got the 5 of Cups. Oh, there's that Lover's card again. Some sort of partner. The Ace of Swords. Truth, reality. The King of Coins. Taking a protection and getting out of Dodge. Okay, I might have to have a look to see if Goebbels was in a relationship with someone that left. I mean, you can be male or female in any previous life. You do tend to reincarnate as a particular gender. I've had a couple of reincarnating as blokes, and neither. I've only actually found one past life where I came back as a bloke, and it was not a good life. But all my ones where I've come back as a female have been interesting, fun, challenging, etc. Rebellion is my core that I take through my past lives. Except for that one where I was a male and I tried to go toe by the line and ended up as an alcoholic. Okay, I'm just putting it out there. But yeah, okay. This could also be a dominance card. Regret of a relationship. A real wake-up call with that Ace of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and getting on the bike and getting out of Dodge. Okay, what else do we know? The Queen of Cups. The Sun card. The 6 of Pentacles, the giving and receiving help. The King of Swords. And then the Page of Swords. Okay. So what I'm getting from this was a regret of a relationship. Huge wake-up call about the dominance of Goebbels, and quickly got on the bike and left. I've got this Queen of Cups energy, an emotionally mature female who shone light and assisted the King of Swords, bringing forth action, bringing forth strategy, bringing forth truth and knowledge. So whomever this figure was in an intimate relationship with Goebbels. Now I'm going to bring you up, and I'm just going to pause you and I'm going to have a look to see if I can find anything. Hang on a sec. Okay, this is doing my head in because I've been researching, and it appears, I mean, he was a bit of a womanizer, and there is a long list of names. Having a look at spiegel.de, which is translated to English. When he wasn't ranting and raving, he was crooning Hitler's chief propagandist. Goebbels had a way with the women, especially those hoping for a career boost, but the minister was more loyal to the Fuhrer than anywhere else. Blah, 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 blah. So apparently, when he was born with a deformed foot and had to wear orthopedic shoes. He was short, skinny, but apparently he was a bit of a charmer. Oh, I can't see that with Miller. But anyhow, it is about the sexiness of power, apparently. And apparently he was a bit of a uh, insatiable and became known as the goat of Babelsberg. But this insatiability, and I'm talking about Goebbels here, which Miller was very much about rejection early in life. Now, his first great love, and perhaps the only true love of his life, was Anka Stalherm, who he met during his studies, and she was very revolutionary minded, apparently, very wealthy upbringing, but she refused to marry him. Um, the relationship was on and off for a little while there, until from what I can understand, until about the mid 30s, early to mid 30s, but I can't find anything more on her. I can't find when she died. She was born in 1897. So she really probably should have died before G was born in 1953. And I can't actually find any information on her post her relationship with Goebbels. Now, her parents completely disapproved of the relationship. Her mother sent her to confession to rid herself of the sins that she had committed with the penniless cripple. Um, so this is it's a really complicated relationship. I don't know where she went after they broke up, or after war broke out, or anything like that. I can't find any information. She was married to somebody else in the 20s. It appears the last time she met with Goebbels was in the early 30s, but I really feel that she is this woman. And I mean, if you're wanting a bohemian style woman, this is it. This is it, full on. And the regret. So, and also what we've got is this. If you have a look at a well with a light in the bottom that just draws emotionally and spiritually over and over and over again, she kept returning to him over several years. They'd have a relationship, they'd break it off, they go their separate ways, because when he started getting very um, riled up about his anti-Semitism and stuff like that, it did not, his political views did not marry with hers, but she kept getting drawn back and back and back to the white light, the darkness, or I should say the light that is down in the darkness of the well, and kept getting sucked back in. But eventually she did break free, but I can't find any information. So I want to have a look. So I'm just going to grab my pendulum, which is what I often use, because I really feel that this was the relationship. Now I'll hold it a little bit down further so that you guys can see it. I've only got it on a short chain. Oh, it is really charged. Round and round means it's ready to answer a question. Is this figure that I'm picking up that was in a relationship with Goebbels, was it Anka? Anka. Is it Anka? And it's straight into a big yes. Okay. I don't even know what to ask. Normally I would be then looking at dates. Normally I would be looking, birth, life, country, all the rest of it. But I'm getting straight off the bat that Anka, Anka, Stalherm, Stalherm, is Xi Jinping. She got out of there. I don't know where she went. The last information I can read on her was he threatened, when she got married to somebody else in 1927 and had a child with them. She met up again with Goebbels in 1928. But when they finally broke up, he threatened to on the 1920s. In 1920, when they first broke up, he threatened to commit suicide because of his broken heart and all the rest of it. But I can't, after that 1928 period, I can't find anything on her. So, guys, if you can find anything, let me know. But yes, I am getting that it was this woman. So I really don't know where to go with this past life reading, because it tells me exactly what I wanted to know in the cards, in the history, in the pendulum. If you can, anyone can find out when she passed, let me know, because I can't find anything in regards to this. So, okay. I'm just having a look at his private life. Looking at Wikipedia, historians speculate that Goebbels' lifelong pursuit of women might have been to compensate for his physical disability. He met and fell in love with Anka Stahlhelm, who was 3 years his senior. She went on to Würzburg to continue studies, as did Goebbels. By the 1920s, the relationship was over, but they got back together again towards the late 20s. I don't know what she went on to do. But what I'm getting here from these cards is that she got out. This is perhaps she didn't, his controlling, his use of propaganda and control, she got out. Possibly she never told anybody with her new life. Queen of Cups kept a lid on the emotions of it. This is very possibly went on to have a joyous life where she helped less fortunate people. This King of Swords, being under the King of Pentacles, she may have ended up marrying an intellectual, and she continued her studies. This might be all that there is on this line. So I'm throwing it out there. I'm throwing it out to you, my crowdsourcing knowledge field. So yeah, I'm just going to put that there. That's who I'm getting, who Xi Jinping was. Okay. Usually, past lives are a lot more interesting. You have to use the pendulum to find out dates and countries and do a lot of exploring, and I run the pendulum over every card. But this one is so clear. And I personally, I won't do past life readings on request, but Lena from Tarot Down Under does. So contact Lena if you want past life reading. Usually they take about an hour. They're absolutely fascinating. They're lots of fun. But this one, the cards just fell straight into place. Okay. Love you all. Catch you later. Bye-bye.